And I am live. I'm sorry if y'all hear screaming and running in the background, but I have kids and I have four of them. So, and they're here. So that's just what is going to happen. It's all right. We're doing good. So we are here. We are live. We are good. I am not sure why on your end it shows me like much darker than I am in my camera view, but it is what it is. We're gonna do it anyway. So, as we always do, I am going to start this off with prayer and then we're gonna get into it. All right. So, dear Lord, thank you for everything that you've done for us, everything that you continue to do for us. Thank you for being here and occupying this space. And thank you for allowing me to be used. Thank you for using this time that I'm offering up to you to be able to speak to everyone who sees this video, everyone who comes across this video, everyone that's currently on or will catch the replay, it doesn't matter. But every eye that sees this, I thank you that you're using me to speak to them. So Lord, I ask that you use me, just put me to the side. I just want to hear you. I just want to feel you. And I just thank you for occupying this space again. I thank you for not only being with me, but being with every single person who is on here or will catch the replay. If their eyes hit it, I thank you that you are covering them. I thank you for your grace and your mercy. I thank you for your guidance and protection over them, Lord. I thank you that you are going to make it very clear what it is that you are calling them to do in this season. And not only making it clear about the what, but as far as the how. Lord, I thank you that you're outlining every step for them. I thank you that you're patient. I thank you that you're kind and you're gentle during this process of learning and understanding for them. I thank you that you're holding them by the hand and just letting them know that, look, just take a step and I've got you. Take the step and I got you. Lord, I thank you that once they take that step, you unveil the next. Lord, I thank you that everything that they are needing or they feel like they're lacking is being added to them in this very second. Lord, I thank you that everything that you've placed inside of them is everything that they need. Lord, I thank you that they have everything they need and have access to everything that they need to be able to take the next step. So I thank you for making that clear. I thank you for illuminating the path. I thank you for being here for us, beside us, and with us. Amen. Okay, so I have to admit, I did not go live yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday, the 13th of August, and I did not go live. Um, I had planned. I don't know why I'm like my eyes are watering. Um, I had planned to go live, right? I had said that I was, and then I wanted to do the kitchen floor. And so I did that and I was like, okay, but I'm still, before I go to sleep, I'm going to make this video. And then I started working and then everything else happened. But in all actuality, what really happened was the fact that I was in my head figuring out, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, I'm going live, I'm producing content, I'm doing these videos, I'm encouraging, but it doesn't seem like much is moving. It doesn't seem like things are happening. It doesn't seem like I'm getting the results that I would like, right? And what happened was I got a little discouraged, just point blank. And because of that, I found everything else to do except for the thing that I knew I was supposed to do, and I didn't make the video. And then I woke up this morning and it was just really heavy on my heart. Not because I feel like I didn't do something that I should do. I don't really live by the shoulds, but what was laid on my heart was, wow, you were saying that, you, as in me, Christina, were saying that you're going to set aside this time for God to work through you and to allow his message to flow through and reach the people that it's supposed to reach. So, in me taking that time away and saying, you know what, I'm not getting what I want, so I'm going to take that away and I'm not going to do it. That one hit me because I'm like, wow, how, how the audacity. of me to take God's time just because I'm not receiving what it is that I want, because I'm not getting my way. I'm taking your opportunity and your ability to work through me, use my gifts, and reach the people that you want to reach. Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. So I was like, okay, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to do that again. Because my commitment to you is that I'm giving my gifts back to you. You have laid these things inside of me. You've given me these talents. You've given me these strengths. You've given me these gifts. And now I'm laying these at your feet. And I am simply saying, use me. Use what it is that you gave me, because you created me. You know me better than I know myself. So you place this inside of me for a specific reason and a specific purpose. And I know that there are people that are attached to me. You have created me and put this inside of me so that I can reach these people. So if I'm then taking that back and saying, you know what, if I don't get my way, if I don't get this, if I don't get this, then I'm not available to be used. That's pretty selfish. That's pretty selfish. And so I had to check myself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do this again. And so this is what I want this to be about. And this is what I'm feeling the urge to talk about, is just using your gifts, putting your ego, your pride to the side of what it is that you want to gain. Now, I am not by any means saying that you don't need to have goals. You don't need to have a target. You can't have things that you desire, that you want from what it is that you're doing, from the business that you're starting, from the book that you're writing. Of course, you want people to be engaged. You want people to read it. You want people to participate in your workshops and your retreats and buy your courses. Of course, you want that. So setting goals is not the problem, but as I always say, being attached to that outcome, that's where the problem lies. So in me, if I'm looking, I'm like, well, hardly anybody's watching, I don't even know how much impact, it's not even impacting that much. And one of the thoughts that came through my mind yesterday was like, look, if I don't make a video, who cares? Like who cares? Who is watching? It doesn't matter. But you know who is watching? God's watching. You know who does care? He cares. And you should too. It's not about what it is that you will receive. It's about how you can be used, about what you can give. Because even if it's not in that capacity, let's say I work and I'm allowing myself to be used, and I'm sharing my gifts, and I'm doing these videos, I'm producing content, and nothing really ever comes from it monetarily, right? But in another instance, or in another, I guess, sector of my life, things are coming from that. But this is why, like, this is why they say, the Bible says, lean not unto your own understanding. Okay, I think I messed that up, but whatever. Don't rely on your understanding. Okay, don't try to understand everything, because even in your understanding, you may not still understand what is really going on. Because I could be saying, well, look, nothing's coming from here, but over here it's yielding results. Things are happening over here. So now let me divert my attention. Let me not focus on here, over here where I'm being called and what I'm called to do, and producing and showing up. Let me not do that. Let me focus over here, because this is what is financially providing. When very well, it could be the case that because I'm showing up here, and because I'm giving selflessly, because I'm not working for other people, I'm working for God, right? I'm allowing Him to use me. Because I'm doing that here and I am showing up, that then triggers over here. so that I am blessed. I am being provided for over here because of here. So when we are thinking and limiting what is going on just based on our own understanding and what we can put together and how the dots are connecting in our mind, we're doing ourselves a disservice in trying to do that. Why? Why are we doing that? So what I want us to do is just focus on where is it that you're being called? What are you called to do? Where are you called to go? And are you doing it? Are you doing it? What gifts are lying just untapped inside of you that are waiting to be released? But you're waiting on, okay, is this going to be profitable? Oh, well, do people even want this? Well, I don't know, because yeah, I guess I could be considered a gift, but I don't feel like I'm totally there yet. I don't feel like sharing or to on yourself. God gave you gifts for a reason, and you're here for a purpose. And people are attached to you and that purpose. So, in you clamoring up and saying, you know what, I'm not going to share until I'm ready, that means that the people that are attached to you are put on hold. So, when we're talking about creating the lives that we want to live and that we know that it's like, oh, I see this vision, I see it, I know it, I believe it. When we're talking about co-creating with God, we've got to understand that within that co-creation, it is action. It is using your gifts. God gave you gifts so that he can work through you to be able to do what it is that he wants to do here on earth. So if you're not allowing yourself to be a vessel, if you're not willing to share of your gifts because you're afraid of, I mean, your ego, like your ego, I don't know. I don't know what there is. I don't know. Will I be disappointed? Will things work out the way that I want them to work out? If on to the things that have been placed inside of us based upon our ego, the fear of our ego being hurt. Think of all the people who need you. Think of all the people who have been waiting for somebody like you. Is focusing on my ego and keeping myself hidden based upon my fears worth that? Are you really ready to say to those people, if you're looking them in their face and they're like, look, I need you. I need what it is that you have. And you say, well, no, no. Well, I'm fearful of being hurt. I'm fearful of being disappointed. I'm fearful that if I step out, things aren't going to work the way that I want them to work. And then what does that mean about me? What does that mean about my ability? What does that mean about this? Are you willing to say that to them? Is that worth it? Is it worth the cost? We always talk about ROIs in business, our return on investment, right? That's how we decide whether we're going to put our time and energy into something. Is it going to yield a return? If not, then I'm not going to do this. But your return is those people, are those people, right? It's those people that are attached to you. It's what you using what's been placed inside of you to reach those people, and what those people would then do after you've shared your gifts. Once you've shared your gifts, it's like it unlocks theirs. And then now they can go and unlock other people's. It's a ripple effect, it's a domino effect. You are needed. What it is that you have placed inside of you is needed. It's necessary. This is why you still have breath in your lungs. You are needed. You are valuable. What you have is of immense value. If not, you wouldn't be here. So, how are you using the things that have been placed inside of you? Are you using them? Are you fully tapped in? Do you feel like you are exhausting your full potential? Or do you still have some left in the tank? Are you keeping it for a special day, a special occasion? Are you holding on to some of that energy, some of your gifts, some of the things that you have to say, and the things that you want to do? Are you holding on to that until you feel ready, until you feel like the right moment has presented itself, until you feel like, oh, people really want what I have? Okay, so now that they're wanting it, and now that I see that it's going to be of impact, now I'm going to start moving. If you're waiting on the time to be right, you are going to be waiting forever. I will tell you that. I'm sorry to bust that bubble. Boom, it's gone. Trust and believe. That time never comes. So, what are you waiting for? The time is now. The opportunity is here. It's staring you right in your face. You have everything that you need. There is nothing that you lack. I know you may feel that way, but there's nothing that you lack. Anything that you need excess of or more of will be added to you along the way. Sometimes we think about problems that aren't even a problem right now, right here. We're thinking about, oh, step 10 when we haven't even taken step 1. So what, oh my gosh, well, if I build this business and then all these people come, then how am I going to have capacity to be able to handle them? How am I going to be able to make this work? But you're thinking about a level 100 problem, and you're at level 0 right now because you haven't even started. So how do you know that at level 5, a team wouldn't be added to you? How do you know that everything won't work out perfectly? We're worrying about things that haven't even presented itself. Often we make problems where there doesn't have to be a problem. We're making issues where there doesn't have to be an issue. We're thinking about things that are outside the realm of today, outside of the realm of the present moment, right here, right now. So, right here, right now, what are you doing? How are you using your gifts? How are you showing up? Where is the place that you are being called? What is God calling you to do? Who is God calling you to be? We're so concerned about the have. What has God called me to have? I want what it is that He has said I am supposed to have. But are you that concerned with who you are to be and what you are to do? Are you that attached to that? As you are what it is that you want, what you desire, the things that you want to be added to you, is it matching or no? These are the things that I want to ask you, and these are the things that was brought to my attention yesterday and today, this morning, when I woke up and I just realized, wait a minute, you put this on hold because of something that you were feeling, because you were in a state of doubt, because you were throwing a temper tantrum, basically. Things weren't going your way. And so because of that, you retreated and you pulled back on a commitment that you had made. Yeah, we're not going to do that again. We're not doing that. You and I are not doing that. So, how do you want to show up? Where is it that you're being called? What is it that you are to do or to be doing? Are you doing the things? Are you showing up? Are you taking the steps? What's the first step? What is the step that you can take today? How can you show up today differently than you showed up yesterday? And how can you continue that trend, right? But staying in the realm of today, what can we do right here, right now, with what it is that we have? How can we show that commitment to God with action. It's simple. It's as simple as that. But I don't want you to allow your mind and the story that it will write, that false narrative, to block you from continuing down the path that God is leading you. It's not worth it. Don't buy into the lie, because it will keep you stuck. If you feel stuck, I'm going to tell you, you aren't. It's simply a choice. It's simply a decision. Make the decision to move. What do you want to do? Where do you feel you are being led? What is the next step that is coming to your mind? If you don't know any of those, then it's time to sit down and ask, God, where are you calling me? What do you have for me in this season? Where is it that you want me to go? But I know that you place so much on the inside of me. I know that I have a plethora of gifts and talents, Lord. There are things that I want to do. There's visions that you've given me. But in this moment, today, right here, right now, what can I be doing for you? How can I allow myself to be used? What do you need from me? How can I show up for you? How can I show up for you, for me, and for everybody else that you've attached to me? You've created me for a reason, and I trust you. I trust your decision making. I trust your timing. So I'm willing to put my ego to the side and focus on you and focus on what it is that you've called me to do, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that if you called me to do something, you've called me to be somebody, right? You created me for a specific purpose. And I know as I'm walking down this road that what you have for me is inevitable. It is coming, whether it is through this stream or another, it doesn't matter. So I am not going to be focused on what this one thing is yielding, because in that I am limiting you. I'm limiting your ability to be able to bless me in several other manners because I'm so focused on this one stream producing. And if it's not producing, then I'm frustrated, then I'm overwhelmed, then I'm confused, then I'm mad, then I'm angry, then I'm sad. Like all of these emotions are coming and I'm doubting and I'm worried. I'm doing that because I'm limiting you. And do you really want to do that? Do you want it to be where God can only bless you through one way? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, it would be great to be blessed in this manner. But you know what? If you had somebody come to my door and they're like, hey, God told me to give you this, I'd accept it there. I'd accept it there. So I am not going to limit you. And because of that, I'm not going to limit what it is that you're doing, the ways that you want to work in my life, the ways that you want to show up, because I don't want to limit that. And because I'm not going to limit that, then I'm going to release the outcome. I'm going to detach from the outcome. Yesterday, I started to attach myself to the outcome. And that outcome was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm sitting here doing all this. I'm investing all this time and energy for what? For what? What do you mean? For lives to be changed, for the world to be a better place. That is the reason why you get up every day. This is what you tell yourself, Christina. I am changing the world by empowering the people who are in it. That is what I do. That is why I am here. So for me to be so attached to the outcome that, oh, well, wait, it has to yield X result in order for me to continue is wild. Huh? Who said? Who said that? Yeah, stop making these false narratives, creating a story and making something to be what it really isn't. Just go along with it. Go with it. Go where God is calling you. Figure out where he's calling you, right? Take those steps. And in taking those steps, you can have your goals, you can have your plans, you can have what you want to happen. But trust and believe that if it does not happen that way, that doesn't mean that all is lost. Hope is still there. What you've seen, what you feel, what you know to be true, is still going to happen. It's still going to happen. So stop putting yourself in a box and placing God in the box with you. You are limitless, just like God is. You guys are one. You are co-creating. You are creating together. So allow him to lead you. You show up. You take the action and release the outcome. The outcome is in his hands. You have conversation. That's where we have prayer, right? You have conversation with him. This is what I really want. This is what I desire, Lord. This is what I would like. This is my goal. This is what I want this many people, or I want to be able to touch this many people. I want to be on this stage. I want to be whatever it is that's in your heart, make that known. Yes, speak it. Have the audacity to say it, to ask for it, to be bold in his presence. But then also have the audacity to leave it there and trust him with it. And know that even if it doesn't come through this manner or this mode, it will in fact come. It will. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Everything that God has that has your name on it still has your name on it. No matter the mistakes that you made, no matter the time that has passed, no matter the fact that yesterday you didn't do what you felt you should have, it doesn't matter. None of the things that are for you have been taken away because you've made a mistake. They're still, in fact, there. But now that you know, it's time for you to show up. It's time, it's on you. The onus is on you. Now it's time for you to show up. Now it's time for you to take action. Now it's time for you to rest in that faith, in that trust that everything's going to be okay. That what I've seen is going to come to fruition. No matter if it's through method A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it doesn't matter. I don't really care. I don't care how it happens, but I know it will happen. That is the energy that I want you to carry when you show up and you take that action. When things aren't going the way that you want, when it's two people that are watching your videos, I don't care. Keep making them. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Who said that it was going to be, who said that when you started it was going to be hundreds of people? Nobody told you that. That's something that you wanted. You're waiting on your external reality to then give you confirmation that what it is that you're doing is good. What it is that you're doing is valuable. But let me tell you, what you're doing and what you are called to do is already valuable. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be called to be doing it. God has seen something in you. This is why he set you aside. He has placed what it is that he needed inside of you because he already knows. He has already placed his bet on you. So now, so now it is time for you to take that and just like, look, you know what? God bet on me, so I'm gonna bet on myself. God trusts me, so I'm gonna trust myself. God created me for this purpose. He knows without a shadow of doubt that I am the person for it. So I'm going to accept what he is saying about me, and I'm going to use that as my confidence to show up and to take the action. This is what it is. This is what it's about. And so I'm going to wait a minute. Surrendering the way it happens is one of the hardest things because of our desire for control. Yes, God will move in his way. Just need to hold on to the promise and move in the next steps. Yeah, yes. It's that need for control that often keeps us stuck. We want to feel safe. As human beings, we want to feel safe. We want to make sure that we're good, right? And that's not for no reason. Like we operate best when we feel safe. You think about it when when I was putting together this other business, it's a housing business. When I was thinking about it, right? I want I wanted programs in place. I wanted it to be where, okay, they're here and I'm able to work on their mind and I'm able to, really unleash their full potential. The same things that I'm doing now. I wanted that. But the first thing that came to my mind is like the people that I'm working with, they have to feel safe. So if it's where I want to target the people who are unhoused, people who are going through some major life shifts, and I don't have a roof over my head, and I've got questions about food and this, that, and the other. I've got food and insecurities. Then if I'm if I want to deal with that population, then what do I need to do first? I need to make it so that they're safe. So housing was a big thing. It's like, oh, well, I need to provide housing. I want them to have a roof over their head. That is one less thing that they have to worry about. So that if you feel safe, you can come to me and I can have your mind. And now we can talk about the programming. Now we can really get into the deep in the thick of things. But that is the same way that we operate as human beings. And it's a need there. It's needs that we have too. We operate best when we are safe. But the thing is that I want to draw to your attention is that you are already safe. You are lying right in the palm of God's hands. You cannot be safer. So if he's calling you, if he has placed his hand on you and said, you know what, I've created you for this, and this is what I need of you, this is what I see in you, this is what I believe of you, then that is your safety net. God has placed his bet on you. He has invested in you. That's how you know you good. That's how you know you good. You have so much to offer. So I need you to grab onto that faith and confidence that God has in you and have that trust. Hang your hat on it and move with it. Take action in that direction. And I promise you, you are covered. You are safe. You are secure. There is nothing that you have to worry about. All right. So I'm going to end on that. We're at 33 minutes in. So I'm going to end on that. And best believe I'm going to be here every single day. Okay. What happened yesterday is not going to happen again. And I am going to be here ready, willing, right? And able. Needed this. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen you in a while, girl. Well, I'm saying where you've been, but where have I been? Okay. Right. So I'm glad to see you. I am glad that you're here. And yeah, so we will be catching up and I will be back tomorrow. And now about the time, I don't have a time. I don't have the time. We haven't gotten there yet, but I am going to show up every single day. So if you do not have notifications on, put it on so that you will you will be notified when I come on. All right. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed, amazing, and joyful, peaceful day. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.